Well, as you can see from that, we're here in South St. Paul, Minnesota. We're going to ride, I think it's called the Mississippi River Trail, which is a big one. But we're going to ride it from here downriver to Rosemount, and dead ends there. Doesn't quite go through to Hastings yet, Spring Lake Park. So we're going to do this. Usually nice wildflowers and stuff, so come along with us. It's going to be probably a 20-some mile out and back. Well, the South St. Paul Gun Club. It's kind of a rarity to go past here and not have a bunch of shooting going on. I love this one. They put rails, the trails right next to the active railroads. Well, we're starting our first climb of the ride. This is a series of pitches, probably go about a good mile. Well, we're on our second pitch here. This one's a little longer than the first one. We entered into the city of Inver Grove Heights as we were climbing the first uphill there. Yeah, the trail goes to the left there, but it goes across the street for about 50 yards and comes back right over here. So we just typically step on the road. This is the famous snapping turtle pond that we usually see a ton of them at. And as I say that, I don't see any out there right now. Well, after winding our way through past Walmart and some industrial areas, we're back. Trail goes back into the woods here, away from the highway. I think we got about 4 or 5 miles of riding till we hit the end of the path.
Dakota County's been doing a nice job of adding facilities to this trail as the years go on. This rest stop here was added about 2 years ago.
So we got the Pine Bend Bluff Scientific and Natural Area. This on the sign said the Mississippi Greenway. It's also, the signs say Mississippi River Trail. Now the Mississippi River Trail is a trail that goes from the source of the Mississippi in Itasca State Park here in Minnesota all the way down to Louisiana. At least that's the dream. And so it talks about how this was the St. Paul Southern Electric Railroad or Railway. This is an old, I guess, rails the trail that used to go from St. Paul down to Hastings.
Just after we pass the Pine Bend Refinery and hit Pine Bend Trail, the trail path ends. It's blocked off at this point. I guess they paved a little bit further, but there's been dispute with landowners over it, so now it's blocked. I do believe the dispute has been settled and the trail will continue along Pine Bend Trail into Spring Lake Park and connect with the trail that goes to Hastings from there. Highlight of this ride is the overlook where you can see Gray Cloud Island and then Spring Lake, where the Mississippi is dammed up at Hastings and creates this lake. This road crossing of the trail sneaks up on you, and there's been a few times where we've gone right through it and gone down the road. On the way back, our old dependable snapping turtle pond produced, and we saw a nice big snapping turtle just floating in the water before it headed for the bottom.
Well, instead of taking the bike path back up that way, we're gonna take this road. This is something we started doing a few years ago. It's kind of nice, and then we'll drop down to the swing bridge along the Mississippi there in South St. Paul.
After reconnecting with our route on Concord Boulevard for a little bit, we take this road to the east to connect to the Mississippi River and ride along it. I must thank a riding partner, Mike Kaczynski, for showing me this route. Another highlight of this ride is being able to go out on the Rock Island Swing Bridge. It's an old bridge that they repaired, and it goes about a third of the way out into the Mississippi River.
The old swing bridge here that used to connect South St. Paul, Inver Grove Heights to St. Paul Park on the other side where the refinery is. They finally just had to tear the old bridge down. It got so dangerous. It was actually a toll bridge. Well, we're just finishing up the ride here in South St. Paul. On the way back, we took a different route, some road riding down to the swing bridge and then along the trail. It's going to be about 25 miles total out and back. It's a nice ride. It's real beautiful. Unfortunately, the wildflowers aren't quite going yet, but they come back in about beginning of July. It's going to be really, really good. So, it's a great ride though. If you're ever in the St. Paul area, or if you live here, give it a try. The Mississippi River Regional Trail, or trail from South St. Paul down to Rosemount, Pine Bend Refinery. Until our next ride, we'll see you.
There's actually a nice little parking lot where we started our ride. We like to park there because you don't have to cross over the railroad tracks to another parking lot, and sometimes you get caught there with the trains that are going really slow. It is a fabulous little ride along the Mississippi and through the woodlands there, so if you do live in our Twin Cities or are visiting, give this ride a try. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Thank you for watching our video. Like it if you liked it. Please comment below and subscribe so you can stay current with our adventures.